What's up, Go Mean Green fans? I've got a very special guest today, National Junior College Athletic Association, first team All-American, Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference Player of the Year, and most importantly, new North Texas signing Jason Edwards. How are you doing today, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. That was a mouthful, and you've got a whole other list of awards I could have listed out, but I feel like the two most important. So, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Good. Well, first of all, congrats on the signing with North Texas. I know that's a big deal, signing Division I college basketball. Can you kind of go through the recruiting process? What kind of landed you at North Texas?
So basically, I'll talk about my recruitment starting from junior college. So when I got to Dodge, and once the season started picking up, I was hearing from a lot of schools. And then probably until my first offer, I had about 38 Division II scholarships, right? And I never posted them because I just came from a Division II, so I knew I think I could go to a Division I. You know what I'm saying? So I had 38 of them, and then I finally got my first one from Nickel State in the middle of the season, and I ended up getting some more before the national tournament had started, and then once the national tournament started and took off, I ended up getting 40 Division I offers. So I was it was, my two final schools I was basically dwelling it down to was Bowling Green and UTA. And it was I was at home, just still thinking about it all. And then Coach Jace had hit me up basically saying I was at a school prior where I didn't think I could land you, because I thought you were going to go to a bigger school than us. But I just got this North Texas job. And, with the loss of TP, we need somebody that can come in and take over right now. You know what I'm saying? So I knew about all the success that North Texas had last year and the year before. They've been having a lot of success in the recent years. And I was they're basically becoming a powerhouse for JUCO guards. I feel like I can lead that tradition because, Javion and Tyler just, you know what I'm saying, they set that standard real high. So it's if I could come in and carry that torch, that'll be big for me. You know what I'm saying? That'll be big for the program. So what made me pick North Texas over every other school was just the way that as soon as I was brought, it was like a family, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a mutual want and need for each other, you know what I'm saying? And Coach Ross was just so straightforward with me that it was kind of a no-brainer for me to go there. So that's really what happened. But North Texas, they definitely came into the picture late. And I told Coach that, because, before TP left, there was no need for a player like me. You know what I'm saying? If TP was going to stay, then they already would have had their lead guard. So Coach just came in and said, is it too late? And I was like, nah, it's not too late. But, we're going to have to hit the ground running. We're going to have to speed this process up because I was already in tune with making my decision soon. So once Coach said, all right, I'm down to speed up, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to lay everything on the table for you so you can just know ahead of time. Then right when he did that, our plans correlated. So that's definitely what led to me committing.
Better late than never, but the North Texas kind of came down to the wire at the end. So glad they came in when they did. But you kind of answered my next question. I was going to, do you see yourself more as a point guard or a two, with your ball in your hand or working off the ball? But you kind of answered that. I feel like you're coming in as a point guard on the ball type position. Is that's what you're coming in as?
Yeah, I feel like in this day and age, and especially what Coach Ross talked about, it's big that I'm able to do both because being a scorer, it's a lot of times where I'll be getting either double teamed or boxing one or ball screens trapped. So it's good when I have another ball handler out there with me, because a lot of times if I start scoring a lot or I start making enough plays, they'll focal point on me really hard. And as soon as you start getting focal pointed, you need to know how to play in a different position, So if I'm getting focal point with the ball in my hands, I need to learn how to play with the ball not in my hands. So that's why I feel like this year was so big for me because I was playing with 2 point guards and me, you know what I'm saying? So in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sense, I was playing small forward all season, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I was one of the best scorers on our team. So what coach would do is he would have me coming off a lot of actions and stuff like that. And it was real new to me because, all high school growing up, I was just pounding the ball, coming down with the ball in my hands, passing it, getting it right back. Like, I was just having the ball the whole time. But this year showed me I can expand my game, and I have a lot more than just dribbling and scoring by just me dribbling the ball. I can do a lot I can affect the game without the ball in my hand. So that's basically what intrigued Coach Ross and what made me so important to him. So that's what I'm coming as a combo. That's what I'd say.
Combo. Okay. And talking about scoring, that will kind of transition perfectly to my next question. Looking at the stats, your team last year, y'all were 19-4 when you scored 20 points or more, 6-6 when you didn't reach the 20-point mark, and then y'all were undefeated when you scored 30 or more. What kind of added pressure, knowing that I'm going to have to get 20 tonight for us to have a good chance to win, how did you handle that pressure? How did you what kind of mentality did you have to go into the game knowing that it was kind of on your shoulders to put up numbers?
To be honest, I really, the city was behind me so hard that I didn't really feel a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? It was more of like I know what I have to do, but it wasn't a deal of a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? I would say that I never really came in thinking like I gotta get 25 tonight. I gotta get 30 tonight. It was just a fact that, our team gelled so well that games where we would get up by a lot and win, it would be games where, I'm making big plays down the stretch and stuff like that. And that just comes with the trust of my teammates and my coach for sure. But most of those games where I scored under 20, I feel like my energy is contagious. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like my production is contagious. Once I start hitting, that's what my coaches always preach to me. Like, when you hit, that's when everybody else will start hitting around you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like some of those games, if I started off slow, it would just lead to the whole team starting off slow. You know what I'm saying? So I got out of those slumps pretty early and pretty fast. And my coach basically told me, like, if you miss, on to the next one, because when you miss, it's not just affecting you, it's affecting everybody. Once you start missing, everybody start missing. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely, I'd say that was the biggest pressure for me, was I don't only affect myself anymore. Like, I affect everybody. Like, if I'm cooking, then we're all going to be cooking, because my energy and my presence is so contagious to everybody around me. Everybody just follows me. You know what I'm saying? So that was big.
Yeah. And looking at the numbers, you were cooking way more than you weren't. I think they're only seen 3 games that you didn't get to double digits. So, that's scoring was not a problem. Watching your highlight film, the thing that stood out to me just watching it the first time through is your speed. It seemed like to me you could get to the bucket anytime you want to. But then, once you go to the numbers, you had the 7th most 3-pointers in JUCO last year. So, in your opinion, if you're giving the scouting report on Jason Edwards, how would you describe that? You a guy that can get to the bucket anytime you want, shoot threes. What can North Texas fans expect, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Oh, they should You can hear me? We're good?
Yeah, we kind of cut out there for a second there. You back? I think you're back now. Sorry.
I don't know what was going on. Okay. But they definitely should expect 3 levels of scoring, because, what's big is my coaches teach me once you're able to shoot from so far, they can't play but so close. You know what I'm saying? So if I can shoot from a couple steps past the half court, they have to respect it. You know what I'm saying? So that's big with me, is just making them respect everything. So you have to respect me from 35 feet out. But if you come too close to me 35 feet out, I'll just blow by you. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing isn't about the man in front of me. It's about the next man, because I'm supposed to beat the man in front of me. It's just seeing and realizing the next man up, whether that's a backdoor pass, whether that's a kick, whether I can just beat him off the dribble too. So that's definitely what I'd say I think it's pretty hard to guard somebody like me. You know, I patent my game after like Trae Young, but a little bit of John Morant with the downhill speed, minus all the bounce. He's crazy with that, but that's definitely who I patent my game after. And Steph, when you move around a lot off ball, so I probably say just don't. If I was guarding me, you can't lose me. If you lose me, then I'm probably somewhere about to score. Like you just got to find me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
It's game over at that point.
Yeah.
It was announced a little bit ago. I was going to ask you, what is the biggest arena you've played in so far?
The biggest arena I've played in, probably Hutch. Probably say Hutch was the biggest arena I played in.
Because it was announced this morning that in December, I think the new biggest arena you'll be playing in, you already playing at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I already knew that, but it just was announced this morning, and I wanted to ask because, like I said, I didn't know what the biggest arena you played in, but I think that may be the biggest one North Texas has played in the last year or so. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, for sure. That's really exciting.
What is the this offseason? What's one thing that you're working on? One thing that you think you're in your mind you need to get better at?
I'm working on the technicalities of the game. So a lot of film breakdown. Still constant workouts, constant reps, constant getting stronger, but just the technicalities of a lot. So I'm just changing up a lot of my habits and just tweaking them a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. So when I weightlift now, I don't try to go as much heavyweight. I'm working on muscle endurance. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's bigger than just looking bigger than the next guy. That's why you constantly strain your body. That's me. I'm working on changing. I lift weights, but also when I'm saying like technicalities of the game, it's a blessing when I know who I'm about to. Like FAU, they're like one or two players from that entire. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of cutting in. This last question, I kind of have missed some of it because it kind of, I don't know if it's my internet or your internet.
I think it's mine. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Let me summarize that again. So, like I said, changing my weightlifting habits to less weight, more reps, so I can be stronger for a longer period of time, because that just comes with fatigue that leads to me not being as tired when I play. You know what I'm saying? And then the technicalities of the game, I think it's beautiful how the world is now with film. I got resources like ESPN Plus and just YouTube where I can watch games from years back, you know what I'm saying, of teams that I know I'm going to play against, so I can just get a head start on looking at them, get a head start on some sets, stuff like that. That's big to me. And also watching myself, I feel like watching myself is the biggest thing. So I still got my Signee from this past year. I'm just watching. I usually watch my misses and my turnovers to see where that play could have went better. But also just technicalities of drawing fouls and just not relying on me being better and quicker than the person in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not going to work at this level. I'm not going to just walk out there and just be faster and just be able to score on this person in front of me by simply just running around him every play anymore. You know, like that might have worked in junior college and high school, but that's not going to work at this level. So I just need to try to get a head start on this so I won't have a big gap between last year and this year. So that's my biggest thing.
Well, seeing the stats, watching the film, and now getting a chance to talk to you and hearing, you're a student of the game, you're working in the off season. I think North Texas landed a steal. We're excited to have you. I know Gomi and Green, the website's pumped to have you. So thank you for joining me today. We'll be excited to see this fall, and hopefully North Texas can keep the train running. I know they've collected several rings the last few years, so hopefully you and the new arsenal that's coming in, y'all can keep the thing going and get some rings, get some more rings, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, Thank you for joining me, Jason, and go Mean Green.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. Go Mean Green.